Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners. Best Cord Cutting TV, Before It's Tax Preparation, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, Casa Samtonieta Ingielapa, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, John Boutique Hotel and Co-work, Monzon Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Owners Reps Puerto Vallarta, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners.
Wait a second. I can't see a thing. That's much better. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Okay, here we go. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to Coffee and Headlines. It is still warm, but you know what I noticed this morning? Even though the weather hasn't turned, the tide has. And what I mean by that is that if you live here in Puerto Vallarta year round, you notice there's a certain rhythm, a certain pace that goes on during the summer months, and we just sort of chug along and enjoy the change of pace and whatnot. And then October comes, and yeah, a lot of the uh, what are they called? No, it's not snowflakes. Wait, no, snowbirds. Oh, that's a Freudian slip. The snowbirds haven't arrived. The snowflakes haven't arrived. I'm going to get in trouble today. The snowbirds haven't arrived. Some businesses are still closed for improvements and whatnot, but there's a certain change in the mood of local people that start planning for a busier or a different fall and winter season. And I felt it this morning because of some news that I received over the weekend that I'm going to tell you about a special spotlight interview that I'm going to conduct um, this Wednesday. And then, of course, I read that Michael Beaufort, who hadn't told me anything about this, and why should he, is improving Bravos and is doing something going on there that he has been secretive about. So I just love this time of year because there's a certain sense of anticipation that starts developing around town. So, oh my God, that is so funny. Laura says, I'm not ready for snowflakes. Well, I'm just going to not say much about that Freudian slip and just going to continue with the broadcast today, which is a little mild as far as news items are concerned, although we do have a hurricane looming in the horizon. Um, and I have some great news to share. But I'm getting ahead of the game and I'm a little scattered. Please forgive me, but I'm happy to be here and connecting with you. Let's start with the news as always. And of course, Priscilla is in the house. She had been a mellow tropical storm, but Priscilla is now a category 1 hurricane and it continues to move northwestward parallel to Mexico's Pacific coast. According to the latest forecast, Jalisco and Nayarit will experience heavy to intense rainfall today, accompanied by lightning, gusty winds, and possible high waves. So, authorities do warn that these conditions could lead to flooding, slides, landslides, and rising river and stream levels. Therefore, we are all urged to exercise extreme caution, particularly in communities near riverbeds and low lying areas. In addition, the Puerto Vallarta Regional Harbor Master's Office has announced yesterday the closure of the port to small vessels as a preventive measure against the effects of Category 1 Hurricane Priscilla. The notice was addressed to the uh, maritime port tourism and fishing communities in the region with the goal of safeguarding human life and ensuring maritime safety in the face of the conditions generated by the hurricane. So, It's time to cancel your trip to Yelapa if you were planning to go today because you won't be able to get there, or at least boats should not be operating, which is ironic because it looking outside it looks bright and sunny, but that's usually the way it goes. We'll take a look at the weather forecast in a second. Um, but first, let me tell you another bit of news. Due to work being carried out by SEAPAL to repair pipes in downtown Pitillal, some streets were closed to traffic over the weekend in downtown Pitillal and will remain closed until next Thursday, October 9th, which, if you ask me, is a little bit messy if you're driving, but walking through Pitillal is the best way to enjoy it. In fact, I'm going to look in the archives for past walking tours we have done in Pitillal, and I'm going to share those this week so that you have an excuse to go and explore Pitillal if you feel like doing so. Now, we've talked about the weather. Let's see what Snarky Weatherman has in store for us. Let me put it up on my screen. Oh, ha ha ha. Frack you. Rain starting around 12:15 p.m. Well, we already know that's coming. But check it out. It's only 28 degrees right now. Only 28, says Paco. Only 28 degrees. And humidity is high, 82%. Our weather forecast for today says we're going to have mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of only 31%, according to the weather forecast. A high of 32, a high of 30, I'm sorry, and a low of 24. Then tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 72%, a high of 32, and a low of 24. And then Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 77%, a high of 31, and a low of 24. So one can never be too cautious with those hurricanes. Again, it's not headed our way, it's headed north. So we'll keep an eye on this and I'll keep you posted if something changes. Now, I want to take the opportunity to send a shout out to my dear friends Joey and Isaac of Gay Guide Vallarta, who are celebrating 25 years online. Gay Guide Vallarta was the publication to pursue as a gay man when I arrived in Puerto Vallarta 23 years ago. Um, it was and has been a reference, a great reference for the gay community. And I'm so happy to see Joey and Isaac succeeding with their publication. They have an online version, they have a Facebook page, they have a printed version, they have all kinds of resources available. And if you are not familiar with it, I will leave all kinds of links in the show notes for you to be able to pursue. Again, Joey and Isaac, you are in my heart. I congratulate you. And here's to the next 25 years. I also, well, before we go there, let me clear my throat. Well, that was nasty. I've been making a lot of noise, or subtle noise, not a lot of noise yet, lately about the new newsletter because I had an old newsletter and I stopped paying attention to it for whatever reason. But the good news is that I have resurrected our weekly newsletter, and I am thrilled to share that the first newsletter in this new format has just gone out. It gathers all of the week's coffee and headline show notes in one convenient place, which is perfect in case you missed a broadcast or two. And I send these out automatically every Sunday afternoon. And why do I do this? Well, while many of you enjoy catching up on social media, I want to make sure that you never miss a thing. So now I'll be knocking gently on your inbox instead. Starting today, you'll see me promoting this new option a bit more enthusiastically. It's not just about coffee and headlines anymore, though. You can also subscribe to music only updates, which is the events I put together through Paco Ojeda on music, and also the occasional interesting music that I come across that I think you might enjoy. Or also my new project, Notes on Mindful Living, which is slowly but surely coming to life. We have already 88 people that have subscribed to the newsletter, and I'm starting a newsletter campaign today. You'll see it later on today in social media. So we'll keep an eye to see whether this campaign is successful or not, and I will keep you posted on that. Also, this week I'm taping interviews for the Spotlight with Marlon Shattuck of Workout Tours Vallarta. He's been with us before. He does free work, well, free as in you can make a donation. Workout tours, just walking and exploring around Vallarta. He has a whole schedule, and there are different levels so that anyone can enjoy these. And I'm also interviewing Juan Alvarado, who has been designated show director for What a Drag. So they are planning a number of interviews between now and the big event, which is scheduled for Sunday, March 8th of next year. Future interviews, I've been told, will include Amy Armstrong, who is not only the show's MC, but she was last year's winner, a sponsor, and a current contestant. So I'm not sure because I've never been to the show. I'm not sure if that means that Amy Armstrong is wearing man drag. I don't know, but whatever Amy Armstrong touches is wonderful. And of course, Juan Alvarado has developed such a steady following through his venue, La Catrina Cantina. So it'll be really interesting to hear from him and learn more about what a drag brings to the table this year. And if you don't know what a drag is, I'll give you a quick refresher in anticipation of the event. Just write the word drag by itself in your comment, and we'll take a look at it in the show. We'll take a look at it momentarily. But before we start looking at your comments, I want to share. Let's see. Let's do this one.
You think the Swedish sensation ABBA is the story? Think again. Behind every glittering hit, every unforgettable hook, there was one man at the piano, Benny Andersson, the mind, heart, and soul of ABBA. Before ABBA, he was already crafting melodies filled with both joy and melancholy. With Bjorn, he created a songwriting partnership like no other. Together, they built a sound that conquered the world. But Benny's journey didn't stop when the spotlight dimmed. From chess to Christina, from pop genius to folk traditions, Benny kept writing, kept healing, kept surprising. Now, join music storyteller Paco Ojeda for a music appreciation evening that reveals the story you haven't heard. Benny, the mind, heart, and soul behind ABBA, at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, Thursday, October 9th at 5 p.m. Tickets are 300 pesos per person, available at the front desk. Don't miss this special evening of discovery.
Yay! Let's take a look at your comments. Lots of good mornings. Thank you very much for those. Good mornings near and far. Betsy is in Emiliano Zapata. Mary is in Toronto. I love it. Frost kill. Oh, had our frost kill off some of the remaining flowers. Still have snapdragons and marigolds. I remember frost, but very, very vaguely. It's been a while. Oh gosh, I'm still laughing at this. I'm not ready for snowflakes. That was a bad Freudian slip. And we have a counter. Samuel has 25 days to go. Congratulations. I love it. Well, about Priscilla, we keep our fingers crossed, Laura. These things are temperamental. We never know which way they're going to go. But I'm keeping an eye on it, particularly for dear friends that live up in the mountains and they have other um, things to worry about than here in the city. I mean, the mountains, the damage can be different, but it's equally important. Um, let's see. Karen says, congratulations to Gay Guide Vallarta. You know, I love Joey and Isaac. I haven't seen them in a while. They are that busy and I'm that busy. I connected with them through a message the other day and I said, hey guys, I haven't seen you, but let's get together sometime. And I'd love to interview them because they are such a beautiful, heartwarming story. Hopefully, I'll keep my fingers crossed for that. Let's see. Laura likes the newsletter. Thank you very much. Mary likes the newsletter. Thank you very much. Um, Laura asks, the snowbirds usually arrive early November, don't they? You know, Laura, I'll be honest with you, I don't keep track. I honestly don't. It's some people say it's October, some people say November. Honestly, I don't keep track because I just don't. But whenever they do arrive, it's going to be a wonderful thing to have them. That's all I can say. And this, oh, there's more. Oh my goodness. Logan says, looking forward to Thursday. Oh, I love it. One of the funniest things to me about ABBA is the ladies separately had no idea what they were singing originally. This is true. And we'll take a look at some of the music they were making even before they called themselves ABBA. Oh, what a sweet message from Zoe Joe. Buenos dias. Thank you for your content and wonderful energy. You know, you killed me with wonderful energy because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You know, there are good days, there are bad days. And if you don't find a way to put forth our best energy possible, you know, what is one going to do? Linda says, I can't seem to find Pam's Spotlight interview. That makes sense, Linda, because I haven't edited it. I thought I would edit it during the weekend, and I got tied up with other projects, but I promise solemnly that it'll be edited today or tomorrow at the latest so that I can have it ready for you to enjoy. And with that said, it's time to go edit interviews and do all kinds of things and start to put more energy into the day, into the presentation on Thursday, and all kinds of wonderful things that are going on right here at Casa Chaos. I hope you will begin your week on a high note, which reminds me of an old Mel Brooks joke, which I'm not going to execute right now. But go have a great week, and I'll see you back here tomorrow morning for more coffee headlines and stories. Hasta pronto.